Anyway, regarding the exporter kit, if you look closely at this car, this is from the Assetto Corsa video game, and you can look by telling the operating systems right here. I like the color green. Now the thing is, I got a little bit too anxious, and I wanted to practice how to loading livery and deal with transparency code. Now, when I was in the cockpit view of driving this Mazda, I realized when I looked at the windshield sticker that bit of transparency involved, especially at the windshield banner here. So, oops, did I load it inside it? Well, we'll get to this right here. Yeah, I loaded it and it has transparency. Okay, so a lot of the time while offline, I I loaded the image as a BMP. I used GIMP to convert the DDS to bitmap. I think bitmap still will retain the transparency values thereof. I've tampered with the image function and made a lot of image functions. Some of them were good, some of them were not. This one specifically, I think it needs replacement. I think it works, but I think it's not working the way I'm not. I think it works the way how I want it to, but just in case, I need to be able to replicate someone else's code and the way how that individual or those individuals handled how they handled their transparency, their color mixing, color blending. Enter a for Legends and my car. I built this car specifically to test out the ideal of a first color was white stock before I actually overwritten it with white itself. The car came white and I put the color over it and say, yeah, it looks good. But before I could actually do anything, I wanted to make sure that this works. So I went into the livery editor, made a I made a rectangle and spanned it over the entire area of the vehicle. I think some certain colors are multiplied or modulus. I don't know what they do. I don't know about color math per se. I'm new to this, and the newness is showing. Regarding my personal code, I want to show you what I did. You see, I loaded in the image, and then after I loaded in the image, I go through every pixel, and then from green, change it from green to blue. But as you can see, certain areas of this color, this should have been fully white, but I don't know how to blend colors properly. So I came to look for Afro Legends again for inspiration how certain things handle. If you play the game and you know the livery editor, how it works, you realize that they have multiple venues for color mixing, color blending. I think you have normal, replace, add. It's in the livery editor. I don't really. This is a computer or laptop, and I have the phone beside me, but it's not like I can bring up the footage in editing. I'm not really familiar with PC video editing, and I don't really care, right? You play the game, you play the game. You know what I'm talking about. If you're an artist in the game, you definitely know what I'm talking about. I chose the default option, and though this looks more darker than what is presented here, I don't know what to tell you what the game did. I can probably tell you it's probably the end result here has possibly been altered somewhat by uh, a Q map, an environment map. Yeah, the Q map and the environment map, if you look closely, you see some of the environment uh, on the car. some texture maps are added above it, and it's done really, really fast. I think it's done in the shaders. Um, so code wise, I'm looking at it. I can tell you that yes, the code definitely subtracted from FFF, which is the original color that I kept to observe the pattern. Kept it at 100% white, 255 red, 255 green, 255 blue, 5 alpha. And this is the color that I decided to add as a transparent layer. I wish I could just show you the game and then talk, but it's complex editing. I can't really deal with that shit right now. Anyway, I have it from the game. This is the layer. This is the layer above it. This layer right here, this green one. The color now, new color is it's not long lock 70. Not used to the numpad. You have to forgive that. HC. That's what the color is. Right in the game. I think I'm gonna screenshot it where it matters. I don't know what to tell you about the transparency math and overall color blending. That brings the question of what I needed to do. What is C5? C5 in decimal is 197. Alright, shit. FF minus C5 is equal to 3A. So basically, 58 makes a lot more sense. 58 makes a lot more sense math wise. That's what the game looks like it did. So I guess it went like this. Now remember that the end result is it's less than FFF, right? C5 is less than FF. So all of these results will probably be negative. They'll most likely be negative. So you can add these two together, whatever the result may be, subtract it, then figure out the math. That will give me my answer and tell me what I need to know what the game did. It came to its color blending. That reason, I think I'll be going offline. Then I'll figure that part out later. Yeah, so till next time.